From 1 to 10, how racist are you?
Who can we give credit
By
to?
cut.
The
That's
cut.
what I'm saying.
How racist are you on a scale from 1 to 10?
I'm gonna say if you live in America and you were born here and you're grown up and you're 50 plus, good luck if you're below 5.
How racist are you on a scale from 1 to 10?
I'd like to say 10, but I think being white, I can't say
What?
that.
Yeah.
Realization.
Super racist.
Oh, I thought it was the other way around.
I hate everybody equally.
How racist are
That's me. That was me.
Zero.
That was me.
Zero. The type of family I come from, the type of people I'm around a diverse, family, people, and things like that. So no.
I feel like saying 1 is almost ignorant of all the unconscious biases that I probably carry.
Yeah.
So
Smart man. Smart man. Smart answer.
I try to actively work to be a 1.
How racist are you?
Probably 2.
Oh damn! I for sure thought he was gonna say like 9.
I mean, there's just so much to unpack about him. He looks like Indiana Jones
Yes.
if he were drunk at a pub in Bristol with some sort of gnome shirt.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that.
How racist are you on a scale from 1 to 10?
I hope I'm not a 10. I feel like that's a question for other people, not for me.
Have you ever said or done something racist?
What?
I'm sure I have. Microaggressions are a part of life, and
Explain
I
that
have.
to me. What's a microaggression?
I mean, just saying things that you don't understand in the moment that can be harmful or hurtful or perpetuate stereotypes.
So racist.
Yeah, let's pause on that.
So that's racist.
Yeah, I mean...
I'm like, you can't say what was the words? Is it
Microaggression?
Yeah, I have microaggressions instead of being racist, but you're talking about stereotypes that may or may not, you may or may not be conscious about saying or doing
I
or
know.
acting towards. That's racist.
I mean, it almost sounds like she has purge moments.
I just gotta be a little racist
Like,
here,
yeah.
and then I'm good. It doesn't really count. Let me take it out.
For the next 24 hours, all racism
This
is
doesn't
ethical.
Doesn't exist.
Yeah.
What kind of answer is that?
Yeah.
It makes you sound like a dumbass.
Also, the fact that she says, well, I hope I'm not a 10. It's not something for me to decide. So, it's like, you
The
may
whole point-
not feel like you can decide what you are, but you should at least know what ballpark you're
You
in.
can gauge yourself.
Yeah.
And it's like be acting on the racism versus understanding that you have some. Everybody has some racist qualities. I'll say you're not necessarily racist, but everyone has thoughts or stereotypes or stuff like that. Where and it may be conscious or unconscious. So, you just happen to make an observation that you think about later, like, well, that might have been a little racist, but you don't act on it, or you try to understand why you thought that and not say nothing. You just
If you're smart.
you keep it to yourself.
Smart.
But what the fuck kind of answer was that? Oh, I kind of maybe oh no microaggression.
I mean, every once in a while, I kind of go full racist.
Yes, what the fuck? He
But,
said it, not me.
But I'm speaking as her.
Okay.
As her.
I'm
Obviously.
thinking out of context here, people.
What's the most racist thing you've ever done?
Maybe just move to the other side of the room when I see someone, or just have a racist thought in my head, and I'm just oh, why did I think that? You know?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how racist are you?
Factually, Black people do
Oh
not
my
have the
God,
structural
here-
power in the
Pause.
United States to be
No.
racist.
No. You could fuck that shit. Everyone can be racist. You can't not be racist. It might not sound as crazy when maybe a black person is talking about a white person and versus vice versa, which is horrible. But you could still be racist. It's just no, stop. Because I've heard all the things growing up. Blacks talking about, or African Americans talking about Mexicans, and Mexicans talking about African Americans. It's just shut up. Bitch, shut up.
I mean, what I'm kind of curious about, we're only scratching the iceberg here. This goes on for another 7+ minutes. What exactly would be the difference between obviously a 1 and a 10, but then on a more niche level, a 6 versus a 7?
What makes it a scale of racism?
Yeah, it's a flawed system.
Yeah, from the start.
Yeah.
I feel like I think the better way that they should have explained it was I'm a little racist, or like, you know, there's some things that I need to work on, or like I'm pretty open about like how I talk about certain things and I really don't care, which is like a little more racist. And then the other end of the spectrum is like I don't give a shit. I'm gonna say whatever I need to say to whoever I need to say it the way I want to say it. But yeah, that's fucking wild.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's funny. Almost more funny is what people think is kind of innocent to them. They're like, oh, well, sure, I might go to the other side of the room when a person of X religion walks in.
You're still a racist.
But they act like that's innocent, you know?
It's like the women who clutch their bags when they see an African American man or a person of color on the same side of the street. They like clutch their purse, or like in the elevator they kind of like tuck away or switch to the other side of the street. I understand from the female perspective that it might be more of a safety concern because yes, women get assaulted, you know, and it's unfortunately that's kind of how things happen sometimes. But it also might just be a stereotype you have against men. So, how racist are you?
How racist am I? Well, first of all, I just want to say I had a family member.
Oh, here we go. I know a black guy.
No. Well, actually, I had a boss do that.
Yeah.
Like during 2020, mid George Floyd peak.
Oh, no.
And like on a company-wide town hall, this guy does I have black friends.
Oh, man.
And I mean, at least me and the homies, we all pinged each other and we're like, dog.
No, yeah. Bad.
Did he just say that?
Painted himself in the bad picture right there.
Yeah, so
Dang, that's wild.
That's wild.
I mean, personally, like, I'll go with, like, that lady. I'm like, I know that. I just hate everybody. I think, to me, it's not about what race you are. To me, it's like, are you a fucking idiot? Because that's usually what it comes down to for me. It's like, I don't care what you look like. For me, it's like, how are you acting? What are you doing for me to call you stupid or a dumbass?
Dumbass!
And that's how I'll judge you. Not particularly what color your skin is, or how your style your hair, what religion you believe in, whatever.
Yeah.
But going back on the lady that was talking about herself or something like that, did you know there's a thing called self-stereotyping?
Elaborate.
Okay, it's pretty much making fun of your own race. And to some, when I had researched this a little bit, it's a form of racism. That doesn't make sense to me. How can you be racist toward yourself? Because in theory, if you make fun of your race, you're making fun of yourself.
Yeah.
That can't be racist. Could it engage in negative, thoughts or negative views on someone that could make them feel bad? I get that part, that it kind of makes it dumbs it down to the point where you're like, well, you're still being a dick to your own race, but it's not racist. You can't. Self-stereotyping doesn't make sense as being racist.
Yeah, I think stereotyping in of its own is not necessarily racist when you're talking about your own people, depending on what the intent is. Is it full of hatred or not? Because I feel like there are circumstances where, let's say, Latinos who cross the border, they become big on certain immigration policies.
Sure.
All of a sudden looking down on their fellow compadres of the same skin.
That's very true.
Who haven't crossed the border. That could be racist towards their own people. But at the same time, if an Asian comic gets up on stage, makes a joke about, I don't know, insert racist stereotype here, I don't think there's a problem with it.
I mean, but again, you just mentioned they came over, became legal to the United States, let's say, and then they looked down upon their fellow immigrants, or that were immigrants. Maybe they were born here, it doesn't matter. But is it still racist?
It's
the same race.
If there's hatred, I say yeah.
I think, again, if there's hatred, then it's like it instills bad values for other people to see, other races to see, so that it makes, let's say, from in my case, it makes us look bad. But I don't think it's racist. Because it's to yourself. It's like, again, it goes back to the point of, can I be racist towards myself?
But if you're like, I'm white, I'm subpar to Mexicans, is that not racist towards your own people? If you're like,
but you're not white.
On a fiber of being, I'm not as good as them, or they're
right,
better
but you're
than
saying if you're white, still saying that.
Yeah, like for me as an example.
Yeah, if you said it, it'd be racist. If I said it, it wouldn't be racist. To my own people?
I'm saying towards white people.
If you said to white people,
If I'm saying like to myself, I'm like, man, us white people are subhuman. We are on a level far below Mexicans.
Mhm.
Would that be racist towards my own people?
no,
You're saying no.
no, because you're talking about yourself. You're talking
Because
about
you're
your own
talking
race.
about your own people. So it doesn't matter if there's like hatred.
It's still
Negativity.
bad. I'm not saying it's not
bad, but
It's
it's not
not
racist.
Yeah, I feel like it's not
Because
racist.
I have the white people card.
Stupid.
I mean, it's funny to me here in the States because it's like, this contrasts like St. Patrick's Day and like Cinco de Mayo, right? Coming up, right? St. Patrick's Day, everybody gonna get drunk, pretend that they're Irish, probably do really bad Irish accents,
I'll drink my Jameson for sure.
make leprechaun jokes.
I don't know about that.
Nobody bats an eye, right?
I barely know any leprechaun jokes.
But the second you wear a Chevy sombrero
Oh my God.
on Cinco de Drinko, people have a problem. But
Dude.
it's not the Mexicans.
That's true.
It's never the
That's
Mexicans.
so true. And it's funny, I've seen a video where a white person goes, I think they go to Mexico, wearing said outfit, a poncho, or like, you know, the customary poncho with all the colorful ponchos. And they call them, I think, sarapes or stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then like a super like Chevy sombrero, goes over there and asks people, is this offensive? And most of them, no, all of them said no. They did not care. They liked it. They had a good laugh. They were smiled, handshakes, all that stuff. And then they'd ask people that were like in a, I don't know, like a United States like university campus or something.
In Ohio.
It's somewhere. Dude, the amount of people that had an issue with this was wild to me. Like everyone that, one, is insignificant to that race
Sure.
had a comment about, that's racist, that's this, that's that. I'm like, if the country or the race that you're trying to make fun of, which in this case this guy wasn't, he was just trying to prove a point, is not offended, how is that racist?
Yeah. I heard it well put by a Japanese man who was like, people come here, wear kimonos all the time, and people always like, oh, don't do that. Not the Japanese people.
Right.
Because the Japanese people, to them, they're caught off guard because they don't even do that.
They don't, yeah.
But to some extent, they see it as like you're appreciating their culture. Even if they don't wear them, they're still like, that's cool.
I feel like that's how I'd feel. If I see a white man dressed in a mariachi suit and he's rocking it and he's feeling it,
Looking good.
why would I be mad, upset, or have a comment to make in a negative viewpoint of someone who's portraying my race in a positive light?
Yeah.
You're rocking it, like full gear. Like, how can I be mad? Like, there are instances where if people are offended, then, like, people of that race are offended, then yes, it's not a good thing. Perfect example, blackface. Blackface is something you don't do.
We're talking to you, Prime Minister Trudeau.
Hey, man. You got caught. Shit, no better. Do better. But yeah, like, that's something that if you go around, people of the African American community would feel offended, so that's not an okay thing to do. But again, if you wear the Japanese kimono or you wear a Mexican sombrero and you're walking around and people are like having fun, having a laugh, and don't feel offended of that race, what's the issue? There's no problem.
There is
here.
no issue.
Right. I'm baffled by the amount of people that are so sensitive in this world because something that doesn't affect them directly pisses them off, enrages them. They have these fucking little bitch fits. And I'm like, dude, these people don't even, the people who actually matter about the situation don't even care.
Yeah.
How would you be offended I'm at a French joke?
Talk about croissants.
Oh,
All this you want.
Are you going to finish that croissant?
Yeah, it's like saying like I could say anything about French people, you know, like, go eat a snail or something dumb, and it's like it's a lot. It's not I'm not making fun of you. It's just and it might be a stereotype, but it doesn't invoke any negativity toward it. That's the thing. That's where people need to realize when it comes to having a negative aspect to whatever you're saying. That's when it becomes a problem.
Yeah. So if you want to complain about this video,
do it in the comments.
Comment after comment. It's good for our engagement.
Yeah, and we'll call you racist.
Drink. La la la. Drink. La la la.